Hi there, this is Gordon from cheaprecipes.info, and today we're going to make a lasagna. And I've got all the ingredients in front of me, which look like an awful lot, but they're not really. It just looks more than it actually is. Anyway, I'll just run through them with you. I've got there some tomato puree. I've got 2 cans of chopped tomatoes, they're 400 gram cans. I've got a pack of lasagna sheets. I've got some Côte de Rome wine. I've got some dried oregano, Worcester sauce, black pepper, white pepper and sea salt. I've got over on the right there some olive oil and some beef gravy stock, a couple of bay leaves, 2 cloves of garlic, and I've got some plain flour, 25 grams, and about the same in butter, 25 grams for the white sauce. I've got 500 grams of prime steak mince, which should be very nice. I've got just over half a pint of milk, or 350 mils there. I've got some mozzarella, and I've got some, in the middle there, Grana Padano Italian cheese. It's very similar to Parmesan, but it's a more subtle flavour. It's just as good, if not better, for some dishes because it's not overpowering. When you're cooking the pasta sheets, it may pay you just to do 2 or 3 at a time and keep them separated so they don't stick together. Separating them with a spoon in a drop of boiling water. But be very careful with this. You know, I've turned it down to a simmer now, and I'm cooking off the pasta sheets 3 or 4 at a time. And I'll drop them into a screen and then just run cold water over them. I'll just get one out like so. That's nice and soft, that's fine. I'll put it in my sieve. Take another one. Oops. Okay, I've got my onion, half an onion chopped, and I'm frying it off in 2 tablespoons of good olive oil, and that's nice and hot, so I'm going to add the ground beef. And what we want to do is to seal the beef, keep all the lovely flavours in. And in the small pan I've got the flour and butter, which we're going to make the white sauce with the roux. So we're going to just, I've made this loads of times on different recipes so you can see. Okay, so we mix that together. I'm trying a whisk this time. And I've got my milk, which I've put in the microwave to warm up. So I put a little drop in there. Give that a mix so it goes into a very smooth paste. You can see it's forming quickly because my milk is warm. It's coming. It'll get smooth. So we'll just turn over the meat and seal the other side. That off there. A bit more milk. Once we get it nice and smooth, we can put the rest of the milk in. So this is a basic white sauce. Our meat's getting nice and sealed, and once it is, we can break it up a bit, and we get it all nicely browned, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I shall start seasoning that in a minute. Okay, I've run my pasta in cold water and then drained it, and you can see it at the back, it's just sitting in the drain, and that's nice and soft now. My bechamel is nearly done. I'm going to switch that off in a minute because it's getting there. And now we need to concentrate on the meat, so I've brought it forward so we can see better. And give it a good mix round. Let it nicely brown. So we'll put a bit of sea salt in there. and some black pepper, few good twists of black pepper. And then we're going to give a good glug of red wine. Now if you wouldn't drink it, don't cook with it. And this is not a bad wine, the Côte de Rhône. It's got that nice dry flavour. Now we need to cook that down and cook off that alcohol. So we're just left with the flavouring. So let's turn the heat up a bit. And this is a good stage to add some garlic. So we'll put some garlic in. Some garlic in there. A couple of bay leaves. And now I'm going to put in about, I would say, half a teaspoon or a couple of good pinches of dried oregano. The thing with dried oregano, it's not that strong, so it won't overpower the dish. You'll still get the flavour, but there we go, we'll put the oregano in there. No problem. A bit of Worcester sauce going in next, and we'll just give it a few glugs. Probably about half a tablespoon, something like that, or a teaspoonful. Don't want too much. And then we're just going to let that all infuse nicely. And we're going to cook off that alcohol from the red wine. Break up your mince, make sure it's broken up. Spread things around a bit. And we'll just let that cook now for 5 or 10 minutes, just so we evaporate the alcohol from the wine. And the meat is now seasoned, it'll be getting some nice flavouring in. Thickened up nicely, that's fine. Switch that off for the time being. And we'll just cook that away for a little bit. And while that's doing, I'm going to put my 2 tins of chopped tomatoes in a blender and make them into a smooth tomatoey sauce. Okay, our red wine has flashed off, and now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of beef stock gravy, like a gravy powder. You can use gravy powder if you've got it. Same thing. What I want to do is to retain that lovely beefy flavour. And a tube or 2 or 3 tablespoons of tomato puree. Now we're going to start adding the tomato and beefy flavours, make it really nice, mix that up a bit. It'll go into a nice, rich, beefy, meaty taste. Okay, so we'll give that a stir around, like so. Tomatoes which I've blitzed, a little bit frothy, but they'll go down, don't worry. Put the lot in. And of course there'll be plenty of water in them, so we don't need to put any in. Okay, let's just quick taster. It's nice, but it needs a little bit more salt, so I'll just season it. Just going to try the bechamel or the white sauce just for a taste, because I did season it a little bit. That's okay, it's nice and creamy. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop a beaten egg in. I've let it cool down so it doesn't cook the egg, complete egg. It'll just enrich it a bit and make it a bit creamier even. There we go. It's beautiful. Looking good. Looking good, Houston. Next job, we're going to build up the dish. Okay, so we're ready to build up. And the first thing we need to do is take some of the sauce and put it on the bottom of the dish. And just spread it with the back of your spoon or ladle, whatever you're using. It'll just stop everything sticking. Okay, so do that first. And once we've got the first layer in, take the meat sauce and spread it around. Like so. In a nice even coat. And then take your bechamel or white sauce and just drizzle it round like that. Smells delicious, I'm sure it'll taste good. Okay. Grated up my cheese. I've grated about 70 grams of the grano, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on. Some people use ricotta here, but I'm not keen, so I'm just sprinkling a little. So you're getting the idea now. We're going pasta, meat, bechamel. Make sure you get it all around the place so there's no dry edges. A little bit of cheese just for extra flavour. Perfect. So we'll carry on and we'll just build that up till you run out of pasta sheets, depending on how thick or deep you want your lasagna. So we're continuing to build up the layers, and now we put more meat sauce. So okay, let's put them like bricks. One layer that way and the other layer this way. That'll keep it all locked together much better. So now we're going to put the meat sauce and some more bechamel. Okay, so we've got to the top of our stack of lasagna, and I've just put the last drop of bechamel in there. You've got poetic license on the top. I mean, some people put another layer of pasta and then the cheese and things. I like to put a little bit of meat on top because it keeps it all nice and moist. When that's browned off in the oven, I've got my oven up to 180 now, preheated to 180. So I'm going to slip that in. Probably going to take 20-25 minutes till everything's baked up and the cheese is all lovely and crisp up. Enough mozzarella to spread around it, and that'll also melt in, give it a lovely cheesy flavour and texture. Be lovely. Well, I hope it will. It doesn't normally fail, but I sometimes have a pasta disaster. I always say if you've got really good ingredients in your dishes, and as long as you don't burn them, you're not going to go far wrong. You know, you'll have plenty of success. Well, there she blows. There's our lasagna straight out the oven, still steaming away there. Well, there you have it. A beautiful meaty lasagna. Let me try some because I can't wait. Oh man, it's good. That is really nice. It's lovely meaty, it's not dry. It's beautifully cheesy. I can taste those herbs coming through. Oh man, it's good.